Hello. I just got home from my parents. I was celebrating Christmas there, like a lot of people tend to do. And during there, I decided to restart my league, as in solo self-farm migrate all, which all characters. Your stash tabs, basically it everything else except your challenges gets wiped out from the league. So a couple reasons I want to do this. One, I've died so many times that I'm getting pretty tilted and I just need a reset. Like I need to reset my mind, and it helps that I reset my whole league for that. I've died at 86, 94, 87, 88, then something 60 while leveling in Act 10 Kitawa, level 50 something to Act 9 Shavron, 70 something with the Darkpack Totem dude, and then the nail in the coffin for me was when I was doing a Zana mission while I was at my parents on my laptop using my internet from my phone. I disconnected during that Zana mission and found myself in a solo self-farm standard. Now, that's pretty unlucky. Not the disconnected itself, but me actually dying, because it was like a random T2 or T3 map without any like damage mod or anything like that. And I switched to Bone Offering. Like I was self-casting Bone Offering while I was mapping. And I even put Gasp and Damage Taken and Feeble on my Gasp and Damage Taken. Then I had 3 Spectres and a Golem. And like 5.4k life. I'm not sure if my flat square up. But yeah, that happened. So it tilted me pretty hard. Then another reason is I wanna take a different approach on my Atlas, or more likely how, like more precisely progressing it. There's a couple things. Like, you know, normally I would, if anyone asks me, or you know, when we're gonna have the guide, we have the base bin already, I say that farm like the specific maps until you get a specific map out of it. So in T1s you farm Lookout for Pen, Beach for Arid Lake, or just Desert, I don't even remember which one it was. Flooded Mine for Leyline and Cells, and so on and so on. Now, I recently found out by an accident about a different way of obtaining those maps that apparently existed in 3.0 already, but it wasn't very widely known to my knowledge. I mean, somebody would have told me about it, I think. When you corrupt a map that has more than one adjacent map, and it gains the +1 level, it can actually give you both of the adjacent. So let's say I'm corrupting Graveyards. The +1 always gives you Marshes because it's the only adjacent map. You know, there's outcomes like +1, nothing, un-ID'd, and then +1, nothing, un-ID'd, and reroll. So there's 4 outcomes, assuming all of them have equal chance, so that's 25. And then when you get the +1, let's say that's also equal chance. So that's 25, then times 50%. So the average of getting the hard to obtain map isn't actually that bad in the end. And it allows you to not farm T1 maps until you're 75. Like happened to me in the earlier this league. Of course, it has the downside. You have to use wall orbs. You have to have a build that can do those crazy 8-mod maps, and so on and so on. You actually have the good build, especially if you cannot do Fuse Reflect or Elemental Reflect, or potentially like either of them. You might have a hard time. And when you get Elder to your Atlas, it's harder to control, like move around him, like move him around if you don't have like some specific maps. So it can make that a bit harder. But it allows you to get into the maps that you want to farm way faster. At least in paper. Then the second part of the Atlas idea is I'm probably gonna rush to Scriptorium and Tribunal a bit faster and farm them for offering cards, because I really want to do the low luck righteous fire again for the challenges, because I'm still gonna go for the 40 challenges. I'm still gonna go for the 100 too. And probably at the end, if I get myself the stage for the Winter Square and the other unique maps, I wanna do like a 100% completion of the Atlas. Of course, I can do 158 because there's no, the Randus Minor anymore in the Atlas, but like I'm actually gonna do a build for the Hall of the Grandmasters. And then I'm gonna try a different way of doing like my reds too. I don't know about if I'm gonna do like one route to get to Chimera fast like I did previously, but I'm definitely not gonna do all corners like I'm doing right now. Mostly because I wanna be able to farm the offering cards, and I want to have a better sustain of red maps. I don't know if you guys have been listening and watching other streamers, but it's way easier to sustain your map pool by running shape maps because sextants are so stupidly broken still. So it allows me to actually farm higher tier maps more often if I do sextants, like a sextanted red maps. And you can actually obtain all of these maps without ever running any of these maps, because Sana exists. When you're running, for example, a T15 Siege, you have a chance that, of course, when you get a Sana mission, while doing the Sana mission, you can find any of the red maps here. You can find even the Guardian maps. So I'm hoping that I'll get one of the I get the T14 plus on the other corners to eventually get run the Guardians as well. But how is it done? How can I get the memory fragments / shaper orbs without actually running the red maps? Well, let's take an example of this corner. When you obtain your T5 orb, you have Elder occupying a Bog or Precinct or something like that, doesn't really matter. You get the T5 orb, then you shape a T5 into a T10. Now, since they changed the shaped 3-to-1 recipe, it no longer gives you skips tiers and give you the T11 here or here. It now just gives you a shape cemetery instead. So what this means is that if you have Elder influencing this area, or more precisely, the cemetery map, even if it's not shaped into T11 because I never had the orb yet, when I run the shape cemetery under the influence of Elder, I will get the T6 orb from it, or the memory fragment. And then I can shape cemetery into 11, do the same, get the say Bone Crypt, and so on, all the way to Bog or Precinct or whatever map you'll end up doing it. Doesn't matter which corner you started, it still works. As long as you shape your maps in the same corner as the Elder is on. And now you may think, oh, but then you have to unshape them and shape other maps. Well, yeah. The good thing about the new Atlas is that when you unshape a map, it's so easy to you can change the shape maps so easily, because it's literally 5 regrets and 20 chisels. You don't have to run any of the maps again. You just, once you unshape a map, Zana gets the orb again, and then you just get the orb from Zana. Done. I can probably actually show it if I have the courage. So let's shape wrong map. There. Zana has no longer the orb. Then we do this. And Zana has the orb again. So it's not expensive to do. Oh yeah, back on how to obtain the other maps, even like through the walling. You still have a chance to get it from Zana like missions and from buying from the Zana as well. So there's like 3 different ways that you can get it. So I'm gonna try that. I wanna see how fast I can actually get into running red maps instead of like farming the those specific maps as much as I can. I think it's still probably the best way, unless you're really trying to push for like first 100 in a league. In a scenario where you want to push for first 100, I think this might be better. Even though it means a slightly less bonus while running the higher maps, if you get unlucky with finding the other maps, but you actually are running higher maps, so you get more XP, you get better gear, and so on. And then, because I guess I can, that's another reason. And I see 11 PM coffee, by the way. Fucked up sleeve cancel. I'm not really losing out on much. I really don't have currency because I've died so many times. I guess I have a couple hundred fusings, but that's it. Oh yeah, I bought myself a Christmas present. I bought both 12 taps too, so I have like 60 taps now or something. But yeah, enough of off topic. Let's go click the button. So this means everything will be wiped out. Everything. Except my already completed challenges, because challenges are league. They are not tied to the solo self-fun league. Hopefully they are some beautiful day. But no masters, no atlas, no gear, nothing. Uber lab trials have to be found again. So yeah. There we go. Solo self-fun Abyss. Completely empty. Now they are in hardcore Abyss. Hardcore Abyss, and I have everything here.